The Lockheed C-5 Galaxy versus the Antonov AN124. Two ginormous aircraft able to carry oversized payloads other aircraft fear to threat. But which carries more? Well, before we find out which is the true monster of the sky, if you're new to the channel, a warm welcome and stay tuned for more great videos on the way. Let's kickstart this epic one. Starting with performance, and against popular belief, this isn't the top priority of both aircrafts. As an example, the typical 747-8 freighter actually has more maximum range, with a range of 4,120 nautical miles when carrying its maximum payload of 139 tons. Both these aircraft can fly virtually the same distances, with the Antonov and C-5 flying 2,300 nautical miles for their maximum payloads. Where they do benefit is in their outright lugging capability, with the AN124 able to carry up to 150 tons of payloads. However, shockingly, the C-5 carries less than even the 747 freighter, carrying a maximum of 129 tons. In terms of the longer ranges, over around 4,500 nautical miles, C-5 carries 54 tons of payloads, while the AN124 carries an impressive 80 tons. While AN124 has more outright range of 7,600 nautical miles to 7,000 for the C-5, the C-5 does have a party trick up its sleeve, the ability to mid-air refuel. And as the US military promotes, the aircraft can fly forever, so long as mid-air refueling is carried out. With that said, the Russian transporter still outdoes its American opposition, being able to carry more payloads and flying further without the need to mid-air refuel. Both of these do feature engines from their home country's manufacturer, with the Antonov featuring 4 D18T engines from the engine manufacturer Progress, each with 51,000 pounds of thrust. C-5 is powered by a popular engine, the CF6-ATC2, also with 51,000 pounds of thrust, as the engine is produced by GE Aviation and similar versions used on typical passenger aircraft. Costs for the engine should be lower, and spare parts are more readily available. Now let's skip over efficiency, as this isn't the top priority comparing these oversized transporters. In any ways, they are used to carry tanks, warfare items, and anything the countries want them to carry. So the real question is, which is bigger on the inside? Well, the C-5 can carry 880 cubic meters, or in other terms, 36 pallet positions. Somehow, despite its larger volume of 1,040, the AN124 takes only 14 of the 463L pallets used on military aircraft. Maybe it's the layout, I don't know. In terms of dimensions, the C-5 has a longer bay of 36.88 meters compared to just 36 meters for AN124, but the AN124 is wider and taller by 0.61 and 0.29 meters respectively. Advantages and disadvantages. Well, both are the largest and can take oversized cargo. Though the AN124 is more capable, it has also proven more reliable, with little issues since entry into service, and has proven itself an aircraft the Soviets can count on. The C-5 ran into many cost overruns, and even after entry into service, had issues with the wings and the cracking on them, meaning they could fly only with reduced payloads initially. However, its more common engines gives it an edge in engine maintenance costs. Also, the C-5 has actually been upgraded recently, with new, more powerful engines on later revised versions improving performance. These were part of the C-5M versions, though we aren't comparing those. However, both are still heavy, slow, and relatively inefficient. This means that flying a mission requires more fuel, and more fuel weight reduces range payload capabilities. In terms of the number built, 55 AN124s have been built with costs of around 70 to 100 million per plane, while 131 C5s were built. No costs were specified, probably as these costs would mount up to being extremely high. So that which country has the bragging rights of building the ultimate transporter? Well, with more performance and its lower purchase price, plus the fact that Russian operators are actually willing to lease this mighty aircraft to others, the Ukrainian AN124 is the ultimate freighter. While the C5 is geared more towards military in the context of freighters and transporters, it's the AN124 that takes the win for Ukraine and Russia.